Hi, my name is Sandra Howard, and today I will be presenting the human rights violation against Article 23 regarding equal pay. Title of my paper is Pay Inequality in the Workplace. So for my research question, I initially started with this research question, and I started to research, and it seemed like all my details did fit in with this research question, and I did get a lot of information. So I did stick with this one throughout the beginning and the end. For my thesis statement, I believe it was effective because I introduced what the Human Rights Article 23 was, and then I provided the example of how it is being violated in the workplace, and it's being violated by women even today. So the fact that it is relevant, um, I believe that it was very effective because it does get the audience's attention to listen and to pay attention to the information so they can understand how to solve this issue. So for my topic, I did say that wage confidentiality, motherhood, and male dominated jobs did hurt um, women's pay and how it kind of created unequal pay. So I did provide statistics just to show how much of a gap there is, whether it be the motherhood or how much the gap is between male and female jobs in the same career. So I do feel like that was very effective to prove my points in my paper. For my counter argument, there wasn't that many um, claims, but the claims that I did find, I just found them to be ridiculous and unfair. And it just seems like there was simple solutions that the employers could have created to stop the pay gap. So just putting the counter arguments in the paper showed how simple-minded, I guess, the employers were to say statements like this, and it supports the paper and lets the audience figure out, okay, well, if this is how my employer feels, what could the solution be? And then the solutions that I put were pay transparency, parental leave for men as well, universal childcare, and proposed bills. There was quite a bit of solutions. Um, so I do feel like I was very effective in giving evidence to how these solutions would work in the paper, and then giving examples of how we can solve this problem. For instance, the proposed bills, and then options for the parents, men, to balance out the work time that women are missing from their work and their income. Call to action. Um, I just made it clear that it doesn't just affect women but men as well, only because this affects their daughters, their mothers, wives. So it just shows how men and women can support pay inequality and how they can help. Rhetorical situation, it was pretty easy because I was the author. So this affects me because I am a woman and a mother. Um, so in the rhetorical situation, it was really easy to figure out where to head towards this, uh, the paper with, and so I just headed towards informing women and men about the inequality in the workplace and how both genders could help. And then for my research process reflection, I'd like to go into more detail and research because this topic was interesting. Maybe interviewing employers in Phoenix in person rather than just reading articles online and in books. I was proud of finding that the employer's motives because there was not that many. And then obviously they're not going to talk about how they violate human rights. So that was very hard to find. What were some of my most challenging moments? Like I said before, there is a Equal Pay Act in place. However, the employers still violate that. And so, like I said, it's very hard to find information of what employers say about the pay gap because it's something not everyone wants to talk about. And then my powerful moments were just that this information, I could use it and pass it on to my daughter or my sister. This was some of the information I didn't really understand, and so I'm glad that I researched it more. And then how will I use what I've learned in the future? I did put that knowledge is power. So right now I don't have a problem with my workplace, but it definitely makes me want to open my eyes and see how I can be assertive and put my foot down and get the pay that I do need in future jobs. So here's my works cited, and thank you all for watching and listening.